Welcome back to Mountain Bike Capital. Today we're going to do a how-to video. There's going to be quite a few of these videos come out. First, what we're going to do is how to go tubeless in your tyres. Here's a few things that you'd possibly need when turning into tubeless. So, tyre sealing for sealing the tubeless tyres, knife for cutting the tape, your valves, which you will obviously, you need the tubeless specific ones that have obviously aren't attached to a tube, pumping up the tyre, and some strong tape. We've got some Gorilla tape here. You can use rim tape, just works the same. Got your tyre here. You've got obviously your tube inside, so we're going to have to take this off. So what we're going to do is you're going to get a tyre lever. I didn't include that in here, but very important for getting your tyres off, and then just something to let all the air out your rear tyre, out of the valve. So we'll just let all the air out of here, well, as much as we can get. So just keep letting it down until you feel like you'll be able to get your tube out. That feels good enough for me. So I'm going to get me tyre lever. I'm just going to struggle on getting this out. So just run your tyre lever along your tyre like that. Get it round all the way. So one side of the bead's off. Pop that valve out. There's your tube. I'd keep a hold of this. As you can see, there's got quite a few patches on, but keep a hold of this. That can be used. You can take that on your rides, so that can, if you ever do get a leak or a puncture, obviously you've got less chance. But if you do, you need that safety. So once you've got the half it off, I'm sure this is self-explanatory. Just pop the other side off and keep hold of that. And another tip that I've got is just check round your tyre, make sure there's no like dents or any holes in it or anything. But it looks alright, so that should be good. And you can see this blue tape round here, that just needs to come off as well. That has no purpose. So get your knife and we'll just a bit awkward to get off, like, but you can probably just get off with your fingers, but use a knife. And just get that. Just gotta be careful with your knife that you don't put a little dent in your rim, but shouldn't have a problem with that. So there you are. Another thing that I will have is a rag. You can just wipe round, get rid of all that. If you've got any muck or any water off your last wash or ride, just run it round, get rid of all of that dampness, so your tape should sit on pretty well. So once it's dry, now time's for the tape. What I always like to do as well, just get your rag, just put it on the floor so you haven't got your rim on the floor by itself. There's a few places where you'd start with your tape. I mean, I see the valve here and I go about, say that was 12 o'clock, I'd go to about 5 o'clock to start. I mean, it just works for me. So you're just going to get your tape and we're going to start putting it round. Mine takes a few tries because the tape, my rim's a bit smaller than usual, so going to start to tape this round. It might take a little while, so cut the video. As going round, you just pulling the tape really tight and you just dragging along with your thumb. Make sure it's nice and smooth, and just bring it round all the way until you've got a nice clear one line of tape. obviously rim tape is the perfect size, whereas the Gorilla Tape a bit bigger, so you have to bear with. And I'd go about an inch and a bit over the where you started, just so you can get that good seal. So then what you're going to get is your knife, and you just want to cut it nice and squarely, so it's nice and rounded off, and then just finish it by putting it on nice and straight. So when it's sort of, because tape on tape, not the nicest, better when it's on the rim, but if you need, just press it down and hold it with your thumb for about a minute, just holding it, and then just keep pressing it, and it should press and hold. So we're going to cut the video because we need to add another layer of tape, because my rim is slightly once you've got your normal rim tape or your Gorilla Tape all the way around, you've got it nice and rounded off on the little weld of the rim. You're going to go to where your valve would be, and you're going to get your blade, and you're just going to find the hole and put a nice tiny little hole in. Nothing too fancy, just big enough so you can pop it through the rim. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get your valve and O-ring out. You're going to take the dust cap off, and you're going to take the O-ring off. Just screw it all the way off. Make sure you don't lose that, because it's very important. So then what you're going to do, you're going to get your little hole right here, and you're going to get your valve core, and you're just going to try and push it through. I mean, I've got 2 layers of tape on here, so I'm going to have to just make a slightly bigger hole. I'm just going to struggling to get that in. It's because the Gorilla Tape's pretty strong, but we'll go through like that. Some people say that a good tip is to actually put sealant on this before it actually goes in. It'll seal around the valve hole. I mean, you can do that if you want, but we've never really tried it much, so we'll just see what it's like. So get a little bit on there, rub it a bit round. It's just going to help with the sealing of the valve core. So you get it on there all nice, and you're just going to pop it back through the hole into there. Now what you're going to do once you've got your rim tape in, your valve core on, is you're going to get your O-ring, and you're just going to screw your O-ring on all the way up, just so it locks that in place. That's it, all the way up, and then just make it pretty tight. You don't want it slipping, and then just tighten that up. Press it in a bit more, screw. Right, so once you've done that, you're just gonna test the fitting on your tyre. So you're gonna get your rim, sit it on the tyre, because you don't want it to be like sagging off. So just run it round, and you're just gonna test the fitting of your tyre on the rim without the tube in, because it does make a significant difference. So I'm just gonna layer it round, and then turn it round here, and just put it on. Let's test the fit. No, completely wrong. Just gonna bring it round, make cut. So once you've got it popped on there, press it round a bit. Make sure that's not bagging on the rim. Mine is perfect. It's not baggy because I added that extra layer of tape round. So once you've got it like that, I've got a tip, well, which has been passed on from many mountain bikers, is to put your put your inner tube into your tyre, pump it up, and then slip it out one side with one side still sat on the bead, and then put it most of the way, and then add your tubeless sealant. So what you want to do once you've got that tested to fit, it's a bit of faff, bit of awkwardness, but it all counts towards your sealant and your tubeless setup actually working. So just run your lever around, most of the way around. Just take your valve out. Get rid of that. Take that O-ring off. Pop your valve out. And then just pop your tubeless, pop your tube in, slot it in. Just slide that in. All the way around. So now, once you've got the tube on, yes, you've got a tube on a tubeless tyre, but it's just for getting the bead on. So you're just gonna pop your pump on, and you're just gonna pump this tyre, this tube on. Once it's pumped up a little bit of the way, just gonna take your pump off. See, you've got your tube on. Sadly, you're gonna let it all down again. I know, made me cry a little bit too. Just gonna deflate it. Ensure you get all the fair bit of the air out, makes it much easier to come off. Right, once it's gone most of the way, same process, just getting that tube off, but only off one side. You're gonna just slide the tube out of one side. You're not gonna have to take the whole tyre off again, because I think I would just give up by then. So you're just gonna run it round. So once you've got it off your tube and only one side popped off, you're just gonna slide this tube out one side, keeping one side on the bead, and you're gonna get your valve and lock nut out. Bit of faff this bit lined. You have to try and get through the hole. Very awkward. You're just gonna try and feel. There we go. That's through there now. Get your O-ring, pop this on, screw that up, once that's tightened up, to a pretty good torque, you're then just gonna pop your tyres back on. About 3/4 of the way, maybe 9/10 of the way even. I don't know. You're just gonna slide it most of the way up. Now you want to grab your sealant, and then you're just gonna add. Well, it says on the back how much you need. That should be about enough for me. My tyres, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pull it round here. get it out the way, round, and then we're just gonna seal it up. Get the rest of your tyre on. Be a bit awkward like, but once you've got it on, it'll be a while before you have to get it off again. So what you're trying to do is just gonna try and pump it up, because mine doesn't seem to want to seal. As I think here, there's a lot of air getting let out, but once it pops onto the bead, should be good. Have to get a lot of air in a very short amount of time. It's just coming out the valve at the moment, but the sealant should, in theory, stop that from happening. So you can hear it coming out of there right now. What you can do is shake it and run the sealant round, let it do its thing, get it sealing up, spin it a bit. It's a bit difficult with the cassette, like. Just gonna spin it around a bit, get that sealant working. Just get it running round anywhere that you suspect is going to be a high target for leaks. Just shaking it, getting the sealant all over. Get it right round, because I have to say, last tyre that we did, valve wasn't sealing properly. So we get a bit of luck with this one, but should seal eventually. This is why a lot of people don't change to tubeless, but if you get it properly, it should work. Let's get the tubeless doing its thing. You feel a bit of pressure there, it's starting to sit on the bead now. Get it sat on there. Right, still coming out of the valve, so just run it round. I'm gonna shake it a bit, get that sealed up. Takes a bit of effort, like. And then what you can do again is you just wipe this away, and there you go. There's one tyre sealed. It's a bit of faff, I know, been through it, but just keep shaking it. Once you go riding on it, it will move the sealant about, seal up any of these leaks. You will start to get a few of these like white splashes out where your sealant come out the rim, but it should seal up all these air pocket holes that are leaking out air. So thank you for watching. If you want to check out our giveaway video, we'll need to get 100 subscribers for us to give away that video. All you have to do is comment on any of our videos about the giveaway, subscribe, and you'll be entered in the giveaway for our 100 subscriber special. Leave a like, subscribe.